opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network. Everybody, and welcome inside a Thursday episode of Running Point on YSNLive.com, brought to you by our good friends, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the top right-hand corner so you know where to go if you are in the market for a new or used vehicle. Greenwood Chevrolet right there, top right-hand corner. As always, they go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on the show every single day. We're going to continue to do that for you today. We continue our trend of playing player profiles that we've gathered over the season, I should say. We have Maddie Yost from Niles Girls Soccer. She will be featured on today's episode. Player profile will be featured today. So before we get to that, though, let's hop into the scoreboard like we always do, recap the action from last night, because we had district semifinals in boys soccer and volleyball. Winners go to district finals, I should say. And Fitch is heading right there. They get the 3-0 win over Solon. They're moving on. Edgewood, they're moving on as well. They get the 3-0 win over Laurel. And Jefferson in the 4-4-0. No problems with Akron Springfield. They sweep their way into the district final. This ad is so big. Let me close it. All right, now we can keep going. We scroll over and we see that Perry fell to Holy Name 3-0. So unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to a really good season from Perry. They were top in the power rankings. They were number 4, I believe. So that's a big loss for Perry, an upset by Holy Name coming into Perry and getting the win. Beaumont beats Hubbard in 5 sets, a heartbreaker for the Eagles as they see their season end. Beaumont will play Lakeview on Saturday. McDonald gets a sweep over United. This was an interesting match. I was there watching, taking it in, and McDonald ran away with set 1, 25-8, but United showed a lot of fight, sets 2 and 3. Really battled their way and had chances to win both in the last 2 sets. Couldn't quite do it. McDonald made enough plays to win in 3, but really impressed with the Eagles coming back from a really tough first set in this one. Newton Falls season is coming to an end as they fall to Dalton 3-0, the final score there. West Branch gets the 3-0 win over Buckeye. Marlington gets the win over Niles. Their season is over. Struthers and Lakeview playing each other again as the NE8 rivals clash in the tournament, and it is Lakeview that gets the win 3-0 there. So Lakeview is going to the district championship on Saturday against Beaumont. Hillsdale with the 3-0 sweep over Springfield. Middle Ridge advances to the district championship, and we're guaranteed somebody from YSN and regionals because they'll be playing McDonald. So YSN matchup in the district championship as Middle Ridge gets to win 3-0 over Lake Center Christian. And last but not least, Beaver gets the 3-0 win over number 16 Gateway to move on in the WPIL tournament. Boys soccer looks like this. These are district semis as well. Boardman falls to North Royalton, 8-0, the final score there. Wild one in Austintown Fitch. They get a walk-off goal, and they win in overtime 2-1. Mooney gets the better of Urson in the Holy War in the tournament with a lot on the line. 4-0 Mooney. And both boys and girls soccer teams both playing in the district championship. So a good soccer season on both sides for the Cardinals so far. West Branch falls to Andrews Osborne 2-1, the final score there. The Warriors season meets an end. Poland, though, they have a big one in penalty kicks. They get the win over Bay Village Bay. 3-2, Poland won the penalty kick round after 2 overtimes were completed, and they were still tied. Michael Daly with 3 big saves in penalty kick time to preserve the win for the Bulldogs. The last but not least, Norwayne beats Hubbard 2-1, so Norwayne is moving on as well. One girls soccer game last night, St. Clairsville edges out Beaver Local in overtime 2-1. Tough one for the Beavers. They knew they were up for a really big task in St. Clairsville. They had played them twice already this year. They got really close, but St. Clairsville, a tough team, they get the win, edge it out in OT. So that is your scoreboard from last night. A lot of funness when you're talking about district championships. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams advancing to a district championship on Saturday. So we'll have a busy slate on Saturday as well for district championships. The sites can be found on the OHSA website where these teams are playing. It'll be neutral sites for this matchup. District semis were hosted by the highest seed in the district, but the district championships will be on neutral sites. I know McDonald and Middle Ridge will be at Berkshire on Saturday at 11 a.m. And once again, the sites can be found on the OHSA website. You go to the bracket, find your team, and they can be found there. We have more district championships tonight. So the teams that played on Tuesday in volleyball, playing for district championships tonight, Crestview versus South Range. That's what I want to talk about real quick because kind of a full circle moment, right? Crestview has won, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 5 district championships in a row, going for 6. But the first one in that 5 in a row was against South Range back in 2019. So kind of going full circle, trying to start and loop around, and then they'll try to keep that streak against the Raiders tonight. Raiders with a win over Canton Central Catholic to get to that point. Crestview with a win over LaGrange Keystone. Obviously, everyone knows it's going to be a big mountain for South Range to climb. Crestview, arguably the best team in the area, would be the best team in the YSN family if Hoban wasn't there doing what they're doing. They're also going to a district championship tonight as well. Man, it's going to be fun to watch. Crestview trying to make a run into regionals. If they won tonight, they would actually have to play, probably, not taking anything for granted, but probably play Mineral Lake Catholic in the regional semifinals. That's been the obstacle the last couple of years. Last year was in the regional final. 2 years ago, the regional semis. Mineral Lake Catholic back-to-back state champions. But they did lose seniors last year, and they were D1 caliber seniors as well. So not saying that they're not a great team. They are. They have a lot of great players, but they're not what they were last year. So we'll see what that would hold if it were to happen. Crestview still has to go take care of business tonight in Streetsboro. One thing to watch out for, it's a newer gym in Streetsboro, but it is pretty small, right? So the room to make plays, make saves, not as much as you normally would have. Not as much room to run out on the side either because the bleachers are right on the floor. The ceiling is a little bit lower, so ceiling could affect points as well. So that'll be something to watch tonight if you're going to Crestview versus South Range in Streetsboro. Small gym, so that could affect volleyball. You never know. Um, for a list of all the district championships tonight, also go to, I would suggest going to the Northeast District Database, NEDAB. If you Google that, that'll get you right to where you need to go. You'll be able to find all the Northeast districts. I'll lay them out for you, though, right here on the show. I'll bring up the spreadsheet that we have and tell you who's going to be playing in district finals tonight. And then we'll also hit up the scoreboard at the end of the show as well to keep that on top of mind awareness. So tonight, oops, sorry, wrong sport. So tonight, here's what your district finals have in store tonight. We have Canfield against Gilmore Academy. That's number 16 Canfield against number 2 Gilmore Academy. That'll be at Medina at 5 o'clock. Howland playing Hoban. That's an all YSN matchup, so we're guaranteed someone in regionals on that point. That point, that one will be at Holy Name High School at 5 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, Beaver Local plays Meadowbrook. Also at 6 o'clock, East Liverpool playing Riverview. Beaver Local will be at Harrison Central, and East Liverpool will be at Tusky Valley. Crestview versus South Range, that one will be at Streetsboro. Girard versus Chippewa, that one is going to be at Magnificat High School. 5 o'clock starts for both of those games. Last but not least, we have Ashtabula St. John. They're playing Lisbon, an all YSN matchup, guaranteed someone in the regionals there. 5 o'clock start time for that one. And then Smithville, at Smithville, we have Wellsville playing Cuyahoga Heights. 5 o'clock start time there. So all of our teams are playing the early district championship, which is good for our fans. If they have to travel a far way to get to those games, at least you'll be able to get home a little bit earlier than if you were the 7 o'clock slot. Each of these hosting 2 district championships. So there will be 2 games at each site tonight, but a little bit different this year, as instead of the host hosting the 2 semifinals and the championship, you have the host just hosting the district championship, but they also host 2 separate ones. So that's a little different than years past, but we have more districts, more championship games than we've had in the years past as well. So the OHSA made the adjustment, and now you have hosts for multiple district championships in one spot. So good news for our fans. If you're out there traveling, you won't have too late of a night because all of our teams play before 7 o'clock. All of our teams are the first game on the slate. So if there's a silver lining to having to travel to play someone that's really close to you, which I know a lot of teams are a little bit annoyed by, Crestview, South Range, they're right next to each other. They have to play in Streetsboro, Middle Ridge and McDonald, have to go to Berkshire. It's just one of those things, neutral sites, right? These are predetermined places, and the teams get to pick what bracket they get to go to. So at the end of the day, you know where you're going. But also, I think you should be able to common sense go to the OHSA and be like, okay, it worked out. We have 2 local teams playing each other that are very close to each other. Let's find a neutral site in the area and play there instead of making them go all the way up to Berkshire or wherever they're going. I think that should be in place. I think that should be something that you're able to do. This is my 2 cents. My 2 cents on that. I don't think there should be a reason the 2 local teams have to travel, an hour and a half away to play each other. I think that's kind of silly. But I also know there's a lot of logistics to go into deciding who the hosts are, and you don't want to take that away from the schools that have earned it or submitted for it. So I get that too, and I understand that the teams at the schools I said that are set up to host are there for a reason. It would probably be hard to get a host last minute too, and you want to keep it a neutral site, of course. So I get it, but I still think it's kind of silly. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we have a player profile to feature. It'll be Maddie Yost from Niles Girls Soccer. That's coming up next on Running Point.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you by our good friends that you just heard from in that commercial break, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day. We do that with our player profiles that we get to feature from all the interviews that we're able to gather throughout the season. And today is no different. We have one set up for you. Maddie Yost from Niles Girls Soccer. Niles is the 1 seed. They're in the district finals, and they also are 88 champions. So you know that Maddie Yost is a good player, and you know that she's on a really good team this year. Niles having one of those years that defines a program because they were right there in the NE8 the last couple of years. You know, they were kind of in the conversation, but they couldn't get past Poland. And now this year they have taken that NE8 championship, trying to get a district championship to go along with it. Mattios will be a big reason why they get it if they do, in fact, get a trophy at the end of the year, at the end of the district. So let's hear from her. Let's see what Maddie Yost has in her player profile here on Running Point. Penny Hartwig here with a Niles girls soccer player profile. We are joined by Maddie Yost. Maddie, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
What a year it's been for this team, and I want to talk about that first. I mean, what's it like being part of a year that is so special? You guys are NE8 champs for the first year in program history. So what's it been like going through the roller coaster of a season and seeing so much success?
Yeah, it's great. As a team, we're like pretty young. We have some freshmen starting, so it's great to have like that experience with them. And I know our coach, Coach Scott, he's really excited about it, and we've been like looking forward to this like literally all season. And our hard work is paying off, so it's really nice.
You know, although this is the first time that you end the season with that NE8 championship banner, you guys have been close and right there sniffing it for the last couple of years. How much hunger do you think this team had to finally break through this year and to be able to beat the teams, all the teams out, and be able to say, hey, we're the ones that won the league?
Oh yeah, we wanted it so bad. Like during the summertime, we started conditioning like really early. Like we've been waking up 6 a.m. in the morning conditioning. So we've been really hungry for this. Like we've wanted this so bad. So it's really nice that we got to accomplish this.
Since it was a goal from the start, like you just said, you guys were so hungry for it. How hard was it maybe to stay focused during the year when it got closer and closer to it being a reality and maybe you needed 2 more wins, 1 more win? Like, was it ever hard to be like, hey, 1 win at a time, even though the goal is right there and starting to get really close?
Yeah, it's definitely been a challenge. Like in practice, we've been taking it more seriously. And sometimes you just have to be like, all right, guys, everybody pay attention, like quit messing around. Cause like we have fun at practice, but as we started getting closer, we all had to just like focus on what we're doing and just, yeah.
You have a lot of fun in practice, and one of the things I know about this team is how close they are and how much chemistry there is on the squad. Talk about kind of the personality of this team and what you think makes it so conducive to a successful environment.
Oh yeah, we're all like super close on and off the field. We've been doing like a lot of team bonding, and like during the summertime we'll like go swimming over somebody's house, and like even tonight we're gonna go over Coach Scott's house and we're gonna like watch a scary movie. So we're really all friends like on and off the field. So it's really great. The bonding.
Ooh, scary movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're watching?
I think we're gonna watch Halloween.
Hopefully it's the old one because there's nothing like the OG. You talked about how young this team is. Here you are just a sophomore. I mean, doing all these great things. What's this whirlwind of a career been like for you so far? Just 2 years into it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, well, Coach Scott, he's done like a lot for me. Only like last year being like a freshman, and he's seen me like as a leader, and it's helped me and the team because I get to like use my voice more, and that helps me. And I like to help the team too because I can just help everybody get better and focus.
We don't see a lot of sophomore captains, but you are listed as a captain on this team as a sophomore. What's that been like to be able to flex leadership muscles a little bit, even though you're one of the younger players?
Yeah, it's been great. Like I said, it's really helped me too because I get to be more vocal on the field, and I'm more tough like on my teammates, but that's a good quality of mine because I just help everybody focus and we get it done.
When you look at the goal breakdown of this team, it's a lot of you and a lot of other sophomore Carrington Stanford. So what's it like to have her obviously in your class, and you've been with her for a while, and I'm sure you've grown up with her. What's it been like to kind of be the sophomore tandem?
Yeah, well, yeah, like you said, we've grown up together, like playing soccer, and we play SVA together. She doesn't play anymore, but we've played for many years together, and we just have a lot of chemistry because we know how we play together. So when I'm in the back, I know where she's like checking to, and I can send the ball up, and I know that she'll get there to the ball. So we just know how we play. So it's really good.
Even though overall this team is young, you still have senior leadership on it. How important have the upperclassmen and the seniors been to your growth and your confidence as a player this year?
Yeah. My other two captains, Natalia Tate and Gianna Wagner, they've both been a really good role model for me because last year they were juniors and they've just always been like a good influence on everybody, like the younger kids on the team. So I really look up to them.
Niles is a school that was kind of hungry for a team that was going to be elite. They've had good teams before, but I think you're the first program to win the NE8 as in the school. What's it been like to see the community come out and support you guys, like I know they have, when you're succeeding the way you are?
Yeah, it's great. Like when we won the conference, we all just turned around and looked in the stand, and it's great to see everybody come out and supporting us because we just know we have a good family like behind our back, and it's been great.
Talk about the team's confidence with the community support. What about your personal confidence? Where do you think it's at right now as a sophomore, as a captain? You're having a lot of success. Do you think your confidence level is still able to go up, or do you think it's about as high as it gets when you talk about your confidence?
Yeah, I think it could still go up more. But like last year, like being a freshman, like high school, like my first high school game, like high school's a lot different because you're playing against girls that are like a lot older than you. So it was definitely like a humbling experience, but I could still get some more confidence, but I've
What
gained.
were some of your personal goals that you set before this season started? What were some things that you wanted to try to accomplish before the season was over?
Yeah, I wanted to become more of a leader, and I got that opportunity to do that. And I definitely needed to talk more in the field and just help everybody get better because I knew we had some freshmen coming up, and I just wanted to help everybody get better, like get them on the ball and, yeah, just grow as a team.
Not only do you have a whole year and now two under your belt in the soccer field, but it's also in the classroom. I'm sure freshman year was a little bit of a culture shock to go from middle school in the classroom to all of a sudden you're a high schooler, but now that's under your belt. How have you been handling sophomore year inside the school as far as your studies go?
So far it's been pretty good. I've been staying on top of everything, but with like game days, that's been pretty hard because I usually get a lot of homework. So I just have to get that done before I get on the field, but I've been handling it pretty good so far.
What are some of your favorite subjects, favorite things to study?
Probably math. I like math because I have a really nice teacher and she like helps me out a lot. I like science. Those are probably my top two.
Flip side, what's the one that you have to really work at and just doesn't come too naturally to you and you have to work real hard to get good grades?
Probably English.
Usually works out that way. Math is the opposite of English. Let's talk about some teachers maybe in the school system that have impacted your journey so far in your first year and chunk of your career as a Dragon.
Definitely Mrs. Shinley. She's been coming to a lot of our games, so she's like very supportive. She always mentions soccer when we walk into the classroom, and she's just like a great person overall. And then also Mr. Catrone. He teaches financial literacy. I had in my freshman year, but he's very positive in the hallways to all of us. He's just a great guy.
You talked about how hard it can be on game days to balance it all, and every athlete has kind of a different system that they use to make sure that their schoolwork gets done while they're handling their business on the field or on the court, whatever sport you're talking about. What's your kind of routine? What are some things that you do to make sure that you are staying organized and staying on it and your schoolwork doesn't dip during the season?
Yeah, so during the season, like as soon as I get home or like in school, I have a study hall period, so I usually just try and get all my homework there done. And then when I get home, I usually just get all my homework done before practice or before like a game. And then, yeah, that's about it.
All right, so let's talk about things that you think are going on, in your future. I know you're just a sophomore. You have so much time to think about things that you want to do, but do you have kind of an idea of where you want to go and what kind of things you want to do in the future?
I definitely want to play soccer at the next level in college. I'm not really sure like where I want to go yet, but for my career, I think I want to get into nursing or something like that.
When you think about, playing soccer in college, and I know like this year and next year are going to be important in recruiting when you talk about, getting on coaches' radars, what kind of things are you looking for? Like, what kind of things could a coach come to you next year when they're allowed to talk to you and present to you that you would think, wow, that would be a really good opportunity, and I'd want to be a part of that program?
Just like probably just like I'm looking for just like a good team that I can like bond with and that has like a good connection, like they have a good connection with each other, just something like that.
Behind you, we see family. So let's talk about your family and how much it means to you and some of the things that you think makes your family special and unique in your eyes.
Yeah, my family, my mom and dad, they've done a lot for me with like my soccer journey. They pay for my club team, SVA, and that can be like very expensive. And they've played college soccer themselves, so they give me a lot of like advice on my playing time. And my grandparents, they come to literally every single game. They're always waiting for me after I'm done playing, so they've been a huge support system that I have.
The thing about that SVA squad, and we've been able to cover it in the summer before. You guys don't stay local. You travel quite a bit with SVA.
Yeah.
What's it been like for you? How much has that helped you to be able to expose yourself to just such high level soccer before high school starts in the summers?
Yeah, it's helped me so much. And Greg Mitchell, my coach for SVA, I like grew up with him. He's built me into the player that I am today. And like traveling and stuff, I get to experience so many like new players, and I got to meet all my new teammates and playing with like a different crowd. It's great, and it's really helped me before high
How
school.
much have you enjoyed kind of the long road trips and those kind of experiences that you get with that club?
I actually really like traveling because I get to go see like new places and travel far away. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then just being with my friends, like we'll stay in like hotels and stuff, and just make so many new memories there. So
If we ask your parents the same question, are they a big fan of always, going to hotels and being on the road to support you? Are they for that? Or are they just like, oh man, another week with soccer, here we go?
well, my mom not so much because my brothers, I have two brothers and they both play sports like baseball and basketball and stuff like that. So my mom doesn't really get to be with them that much because my mom usually comes with me. So usually she's just like, I want to go home, stuff like that. But she loves watching me play soccer. So
Moms out there, you are doing amazing things, and I know Maddie's mom as well. Talk about the moms of the team. One of the big things that they do that I always get to see is the snack bags on away games. So, one, give me a teammate's mom, or maybe it's yours, that has the best post game snack bags on away games.
Definitely Emma Merlot's mom, Monica Merlot. She always is giving us chips and like waters and like a little snack bag to like bring on the bus for like away games, and she'll give us like sandwiches or like it's like a pepperoni roll, something like that. So it's great. They do a lot for us, the moms.
What does a perfect snack bag look like for you? What could be in a snack bag that would make it perfection?
Definitely a pepperoni roll. A bag of chips, like a bag of Doritos or something, a granola bar, and a Gatorade. That's like my favorite.
Do you have a favorite chip, or is it like, hey, whatever, Doritos,
Yeah,
Fritos, any of the Eatos family?
Yeah, I like Doritos. That's pretty much my favorite.
And then you said Gatorade, so got to ask a little bit of an expansion question on that. What's your favorite flavor?
The red one, fruit punch.
Do you have like if Gatorade came to you and said, hey, we need a new flavor, do you think that there's anything in your mind that would be like, they don't have it, but it would be really cool if they had this flavor?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that, but red is by far my favorite. I don't think anything could beat that, even if I could think of anything else. So
Red. Go with red.
Yeah.
It matches the school colors anyway. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Maddie, one of the things we want to do at the end of these player profiles, we do them every time. I know we've talked about your parents, but I'm sure there's a lot of other people too that support you and that are there for you throughout your whole career. So I want to give you the time to give out shout outs and thank yous to the people in your life that you think deserve it and shine a limelight on them at the end of the interview.
Yeah, so I want to thank, like I said already, my mom and my dad because they've done a lot for me throughout my soccer journey. My grandparents, they've supported me so much. My club coach, Greg Mitchell, he's built me into the player I really am today, and he's helped me so much. And then Scott McMillan, because throughout high school he's done so much for me with like my freshman year. He's given me so many opportunities. So yeah.
All right, Maddie, we want to thank you so much for coming on and joining us and talking to us about your sophomore year. We wish you the best of luck the rest of this season. We know you're still in tournament, so we hope it goes as far as it possibly can, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.
And that was Maddie Yost from Niles Girls Soccer. What a great player profile that was. Like I said, one of the premier, not just premier players, but premier teams in the YSN family when it comes to girls soccer. Niles, the 1 seed in the district, and they're hoping to win a district championship and back up that 1 seed that they were voted in by the coaches in the district as well. NEA champions too, by the way. So I'm going to run through the scoreboard one more time and give you guys a look at what's happening tonight. So we'll flip from yesterday to today. And we have one football game going on tonight. It is JFK hosting Lutheran East, so that one will be happening. And then we have volleyball district championships. Canfield Gilmore Academy, Howland and Hoban, South Range and Crestview, Girard taking on Doylestown Chippewa, Lisbon and Ashley Beulah St. John. We have Wellsville and Cuyahoga Heights, Beaver Local taking on Meadowbrook, and East Liverpool. They will be taking on Riverview. So all those games are district championships. We have several games, as you can see, that are all YSN matchups. We have Hoban and Howland, that's all YSN. Crestview South Range, all YSN, and St. John Lisbon, all YSN. So we have a definite 3 teams going to regionals. Hopefully we get more than that, even so. Boys soccer tonight, more district semifinals. JFK taking on Bristol. Beaver Local will be taking on Maysville. Jackson Milton and Champion doing battle. LeBray and Garfield as well. We have Canfield and Medina Highland. Howland going to Aurora. Burlington with Louisville. And then United will be hosting Canton Central Catholic tonight as well. So those are the boys soccer tournament games going on tonight. Make sure to get out there and support these teams in what very well could be the last game that you get to see them. You're nothing promised come tournament time. Every game could be your last. So could be the last chance you get to see these great athletes. Make sure to get out there and support them during the tournament time. That's going to do it for today's episode of Running Point. We want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Anthony Hartwig signing off, and we will be back on Running Point